Przypominam o maseczkach, pamiętajcie o tym też. Moi drodzy, niektórzy gdzie świąteczne klimaty, gdzie muzyka świąteczna, za chwilę zagramy. Ale wcześniej chciałbym was tutaj troszkę podzielić na sektory, żebyśmy wiedzieli podczas zabawy później, gdzie będą nagrody do wygrania, kto w którym sektorze siedzi. Troszkę pozmienialiśmy. Tutaj po mojej... Kto mnie widzi? Ręka do góry. Kto mnie widzi? Ręka w górę. O, tutaj kolega jest z tyłu. Dobrze. Byłem tylko do ciebie, na to widzisz. Słuchajcie, tutaj ta strona to jest cały sektor numer 1. To jest numer 1. Tamta strona to jest numer 2. Tam jest 3, a tutaj za moimi plecami to jest sektor numer 4, który zawsze rządzi i zawsze jest najgłośniejszy. Proszę teraz, brawa, sektor numer 1. Okej, chwycili. Brawa, sektor numer 3. Okej. Brawa, sektor numer 4. I brawa, sektor numer 2. Cudownie. Kochani, pamiętajcie, będziemy tak sobie liczyć, żeby nie wszyscy teraz zmęczyli, a więc będziemy mówić jedynka, dwójka. Będziemy odliczać. Jedynka robi raz, dwójka robi 2, a czwórka robi 4. Na przykład. Będą różne rzeczy, a teraz na specjalne życzenie świąteczne. Albo jeszcze jedna rzecz. Kochani, w tym utworze jest taki fajny moment, gdzie wszyscy mogą unieść ręce w górę. Sprawdźmy, czy potrafimy. Podnieśmy wszystkie ręce w górę. Szanowni Państwo, jest nas tutaj liczna grupa, ale jesteśmy najlepsi. To są ci ludzie, którzy mają już święta przygotowane. Podnieście ręce wysoko do góry. Wszyscy. Szczęśliwi, nieszczęśliwi, zakochani, pozytywni, negatywni. I na pewnym momencie tego utworu powiem ręce w górę, rozstrzeli. Wtedy wszyscy równo idziemy. Otwórzcie rąk, otwórzcie. I powoli podnosimy ręce w górę. Wszyscy. Unosimy je w górę. I uwaga. Proszę. To ma być świąteczny prezent dla dziewczyn. Najlepsza atmosfera tego roku. Sektor 4. Niech wszyscy klaszczą. Wszystkie dłonie wysoko. Dla dziewczyn. Jesteście fantastyczni, odpocznijcie chwilę. Ale już powoli czujecie, o co chodzi w tym dzisiejszym spektaklu. minut do rozpoczęcia kolejnego spotkania Ligi Mistrzów. Szanowni Państwo, czas przedstawić składy. Zawsze 20 minut przed spotkaniem. Rozpoczniemy oczywiście od Imoco CONEGLIANO. I powitajmy każdą zawodniczkę gorącej brawa. Numer 1, Lara Carraro. Numer 2, Katryn Lamer. Numer 3, Megan Cartney. Numer 4, Bożena Butyga. Numer 5, Robert Graf. Numer 7, Rafaela Volley. Numer 9, Robert Amory. Numer 10, Monika De Janaro. 11, Krystyna Łuczkowa. Numer 12, Georgia Brozini. Numer 13, Julia Gennari. I teraz będzie bardzo głośno. Numer 14, Joanna Bosz. Numer 17, Miriam Styla. I numer 18, Paola Egono. I trener, oczywiście trener, coach Daniel Santarelli. Proszę, wielkie brawa dla Imoco CONEGLIANO. Słuchajcie, tego jeszcze nie było, ale teraz parę nie znajdziemy tego mniej więcej certyfikat szkoły. Kto zgubił? Kto zgubił? Dobrze, szanowni Państwo, czas przedstawić dziewczyny, dla których przychodzimy, dla których przyjeżdżamy na mecze. Drużyna kibica, gorąca prośba, aby drużyna kibica teraz stała i dała rytm i wszyscy uderzamy razem z nimi, a ja czytam po kolei nasze zawodniczki. Uwaga, uwaga, gotowa drużyna kibica. Bardzo proszę, abyście równo uderzali. Wszyscy klaszczą razem z nimi. A ja prezentuję Grupa Azoty Chemik numer 1, lider Maria Stęce. Numer 3, Maja Dalmeida Jos. Numer 4, Marlena Kowalewska. Numer 5, Agnieszka Kowalewska. Numer 6, Joanna Latowicz. Numer 9, Iga Wasilewska. Numer 10, Katarzyna Połecz. Ale wszyscy klaszczą, kochani, wszyscy tutaj na drużynę. 11, Martyna Łukasik. Numer 12, Aleksandra Licka. Numer 15, Martyna Czerniewska. Numer 16, Aleksandra Żorowska. I numer 19, Bojana Wielkowicz. No i oczywiście trener naszych bojowych dziewczyn to Jacek Nawrocki. A teraz wielkie brawa dla Chemika Police! Słuchajcie, po każdym bloku, bądźcie będzie spory bloku, po każdym bloku naszej drużyny będziemy wszyscy równo, podnosimy wtedy ręce w górę i machamy w ten sposób. Podnieście ręce w górę, dwie, podnieście. Jakbyście chcieli skoczyć do góry i zablokować. Dwie ręce w górę i po prostu w ten sposób. Po prostu w ten sposób.
Hello and welcome to live coverage from the CEV Champions League Volley It's the 2021-2022 edition. These were pictures taken earlier on. Imoco arriving, the team from Italy. It is the super match of the week as Grupa Azoty Chemik Police of Poland take on Antonio Carraro Imoco CONEGLIANO of Italy. This is a Pool E match here at the Net Arena in Szczecin in Poland. It's been a busy few days for Silla & Co. CONEGLIANO were involved in the Women's Club World Championship in Ankara, Turkey. They're finished on...
Coach, a lot of intensity last few weeks, a lot of journeys. How it depends on your team in today's game?
For sure, it's a difficult period for us. We play first of all in Hungary, then World Championship in Ankara, now here in Poland. So it's a difficult moment for sure. The energy are not so high, but we are a good team, strong team. We want to try to win every trophy. So after the loss in Ankara, for sure we want to try to change the things, and we have an important opportunity today here in Poland versus a good team, because for sure Police is a strong team. For us, it's a tough match versus one of the best team in Poland. So for sure. We have this possibility to change this period, these negative things after the Ankara, and we want to change, first of all, for Christmas period, no? Because we want to be happy.
Grazie mille.
Prego, grazie a voi.
Coach, just before the Christmas time, all we want to receive the Christmas presents. What will be the best present for you and for your team?
Yes, it's Christmas time. Today, very important for us, for our team, for our fan. Will be good game, good spectacle. Our fight today, we have to show our character, our will fight, and positive energy. We will see.
I just thought for a moment then, when he said it's Christmas time, he was going to follow that up with mistletoe and wine. But they might have a little glass of wine if Chemik Police could get a victory here against CONEGLIANO. We heard what both coaches had to say. For Daniel Santarelli, he was talking about the disappointment of Ankara. They lost in the final to Vakif Bank in a 5-set thriller. It was an absolutely incredible game of volleyball. There's plenty of love around, though, as Vuchkova shows that. And Plummer looks like she's just going through last-minute stats, as the team from Chemik are as well. That's the hot spots. That's where the players are hitting. That's what they're looking at there, and looking at the preferred hitting zones and angles from their opposition. All part of the game plan, just to make sure. And that's what makes this game so incredibly brilliant, is that it is a game of chess, a moving game of chess, where you have to be up to speed with your tactics, you have to be up to speed with the what's happening on each rotation, where you are and what's going on. This was the coin toss earlier, which was presided over by Dobrimir Dobrev of Bulgaria. He's the first referee, and Vlastimir Kovar from the Czech Republic, the second referee on the right. The team's just going through the warm-up. It has been a tough job so far for CONEGLIANO. They're pretty much on the road and busy playing volleyball. They had 4 matches in 5 days in Ankara. Went back to Italy for a day or so. Now have travelled here to play. They want a win before Christmas to keep them top of the pool. There are 5 pools of 4 teams here in the Champions League. And the top team from each of the pools will go through to the quarterfinals, and then the 3 best placed second place teams will join them. Right now in Pool A, Rezov are top with Kaliningrad of Russia in second. In Pool B, Vakif Bank undefeated, 3 wins out of 3. Monza are in second place of Italy. In Pool C, it's Novara of Italy and Moscow, Dynamo Moscow in second place. In Pool D, it's Dinamo Akbars Kazan in first place and Fenerbahce in second. Here it's CONEGLIANO top, Chemik in second, because Chemik have lost a set That's how they did that. This is what Pool E looks like. Conegliano top because they haven't dropped the set. Special moment this as well for Joanna Wołosz of Conegliano. She left Chemik Police to come here to play for Conegliano. She's been with Conegliano since the 2017-18 season. She's won the league and the cup with Chemik. Now she's back playing in a very familiar venue, but playing and getting ready in the away dressing room. For Conegliano, in their 2 victories, they've been able to rest a lot of their starting players. In their opening match, they actually started with the bench. Plummer played the first set and then was replaced by Omori. Was placed by Silla. Omori started, the 2 outside hitters. In the opposite slot, it was Buchkova, number 11, and Butigan, number 4. Setting, it was Gennari, number 13, in the opposite slot. And number 12, Giorgio Frosini, just 19 years of age. And in fact, in their last game against Fatum, which they won to 18, 13, and 11, Frosini started in that one. So, for the moment, Egonu is yet to play in the Champions League. Conegliano are on a 20-game winning streak in the Champions League, and 16 of those matches have been won 3-0. Their last defeat was in the final in May 2019 when they lost 3-1 to Navarra. Since then, they have yet to be defeated. It's going to be a tough game for Chemik Police. They know that, but it's an opportunity for them to, well, I was going to say rise to the occasion, but I'd actually say that they would be best suited to play to the level of their training. And then we'll know exactly how good they are. Same too for Conegliano. Interesting to see who Santarelli starts with. Oh, Wołosz, get in, swing through too. She's just showing the other hitters. Yep, I can do that. Don't think you're all special. One player who needs to be special today, number 5 for Chemik Police, Agnieszka Kokolewska, the 1.97 m middle blocker. Been with the club since last season. Really important player for them through the middle. Came from Scandici, she's played in Italy, she knows all about Italian volleyball, she knows all about Conegliano. Also had a spell with Castelnaggiore in 2018-19 season. She was the best blocker at the European Championships in 2019 when Poland took a 4th place finish. She'll be looking to get a few block points today, that's for sure, in this game. Daniele Santarelli knows that this is going to be tough, but he does have such a strength and depth at his disposal. One player, though, he won't be with is Serafar, the player number 19, 20-year-old Serafar, middle blocker, who damaged her knee in the European Championships, which Italy won, had knee surgery. The Italian players came to her in the hospital after the victory and presented her with a gold medal. How cool is that? I'll tell you how cool it is. It's cooler than a polar bear's toes. Serafar not playing. Silla is playing though. She also was a player that got injured at the Euros, but is now back and is an important part for Conegliano. Raffaella Foley, injury-free. She is absolutely pinging that ball through the middle for Conegliano. And a player who's doing really well. Just saw a glimpse of her in Czernianska, Martina Czernianska, who's been with the club since this season through the outside, and is likely to start as well in this match. Last few moments really of the warm-up to go with the hitting part of it. For those of you new to volleyball and wondering how things differ, well, it's all the same pretty much to your warm-ups you have with your club or your wherever you play. This is the squad for Conegliano. Caravello, which has got Cavarello there. It's Caravello is showing as an outside, but can be a libero. It may well be that one of the middle blockers might be playing as a libero in her place. For Chemik Police, The players that have been doing the business for them have been Kovalevska and Kokolevska, along with Łukasik in the opposite slot. And setting has been number 4, Kovalevska. The Brazilian setter, De Almeida, hasn't been playing. And one player who's been used sparingly is Jovana Brakocevic-Kancian, the Serbian international with a wealth of experience. May well be required here for this one against what will be a very strong Conegliano team, no matter who Santarelli puts out onto court. Warm-up over. Players line up for the CEV anthem. Well, that was interesting that Raffaella Folli is going to be libero for Conegliano, which means effectively that Folli won't be playing. Teixeira will be playing, and it means that Caravello, number 1, will come on to serve and play defense as well as pass. Final exchange of pleasantries. Now for the official introduction of the referees. Dobromir Dobrev is the first referee from Bulgaria. And he'll be assisted by Vlastimil Kovar of the Czech Republic, who was at the Women's Club World Championships in Ankara, celebrated his 42nd birthday at the weekend, just gone. As always, we'll know if the referees have had a good game, because we won't notice them. Our attention will be on the action and on the players. Time for the teams, the starting 7s, to make their way out onto court. But before that, an award for Joanna Vosch. So it's Plummer who's going to start through the outside. Megan Courtney-Lash is the other outside hitter, number 3, the 2 USA internationals. It will be Robin de Krauw going through the middle. Joanna Vosch is the starting setter. Igonu going in the opposite slot. Now it's always made to jump. It's the only jumping she has to do as a libero. And now out come Chemik Police, starting with number 4, Kovalevska. She'll be setting. Number 5, Kokolevska through the middle. Number 6, the captain, Brakocevic, is in the opposite slot. Number 9 is Valeska going through the middle. And number 19, Milenkovic through the outside. And in fact, Łukasik, number 11, will play as an outside hitter. She can play as an opposite. This is how Conegliano are lining up. Vučkova is the other middle blocker for them. That is who Daniel Santarelli, who's been in charge since 2017-18 and also is the coach of Croatia, has decided to put out onto the court. He's not taking any chances, and neither is Jacek Nawrocki, the 56-year-old who's been in charge of the Poland women's team since 2015. He knows this is going to be tough. He wants some character from his team. Well, he's got plenty of character. The second referee will just check the rotations, make sure everyone's where they need to be, and then allow the liberos in, and then we'll be very close to getting this one underway. The players are ready, the crowd here in Szczecin are ready, and I hope wherever you're watching from, whatever you're watching on, you're ready as well. This best of 5 sets is about to get underway. It's Grupa Azoty Chemik Police in the white serving. It's Antonio Carraro Imoco CONEGLIANO of Italy looking for side out in this Pool E Champions League super match of the week. And it's a breakpoint start for Chemik Police. Lovely swing through the outside by Łukasik. Better ball in this time. Well played, Vučkova. Kristina Vučkova, Bulgarian international. Cuts that one away nicely to 1. That's a trademark shot. She does like to hit that ball down there. Now Vučkova will serve. Well played by Łukasik. Quick swing, a little bit of a gap in the block to exploit. Łukasik will serve. Lovely ball in from Megan. Brilliant swing from Igonu as she goes wheels up early on. Way above the block. Brilliant angle. That one doesn't come back. Good up De Gennaro. Oh, lovely. Space in the corner. And a confidence boosting. Not that she ever needs it. Megan Courtney with that swing. This CONEGLIANO team having to get over the disappointment of losing the Club World Championship crown to Vakif Bank just a few days ago. But now they'll be fully focused on this. It's all about what's in front of them now, not looking back behind, dealing with what they have to deal with here, and that is getting the better of Chemik Police over 5 sets. Courtney Lush to serve. And it's a very good serve as well, because the pass sending Kovalevska scurrying. Łukasik couldn't deal with it. Łukasik does play as an opposite and has played as an opposite in place of Brakacevic, and that has meant that number 15, Chinienska, has come in as the other outside hitter. That's an error from Brakacevic. She's like, I'm not sure about that, coach. I think it was out. And we're going to have a little look at this. Off goes Vlastimir Kovar to have a look at the challenge. Those of you that follow volleyball and check stuff out on social media may well have seen that clip of Brakacevic when she went for a swing like that from the back row and completely missed the net, got it through between the net and the post, and hit the coach at the time, which was Guidetti. It was Serbia against Turkey. It might actually been a Champions League game, but hit Guidetti. And if you want to get involved on social media, it's hashtag CLVolleyW. Is that caught fingers? Oh, yes, it did. So it was. Didn't matter where it went because it caught Plummer's little pinky on its way out. So that's so long as they were checking for it out, except for block touch and not ball in, ball out. However, now that we've seen that, and if the challenge ref has seen that, we should be giving that, yeah, block touch, yes, okay, good, we've got the right call. The coaches, for those of you that don't know, they've got as many challenges as they like, so long as they get them right. If they get it wrong, then they get 2 wrong, and they get no more challenges in that set. They can challenge for a block touch, they can challenge for ball up, ball down, ball in, ball out. net touch and foot faults from the serving line, the 3-meter line and the centre line. So it is off the block. It is a point for Chemik Police, and Brakacevic will go back to serve.
A teraz sektor numer 4 odlicza. Czwóreczka tutaj, za kamerą, za mną. Proste odliczamy, świąteczne. Raz, dwa, trzy, tylko tyle.
De Graaf now with the serve. And it'll be an apology from her to the team for missing that one, and an apology from me to all of you watching who have just been shouting at the screen because I've called Chemik. So I apologise for that. It is, of course, Chemik. What was I thinking? And it is just 1 point in it at the moment. Although now it's all square as Igonu doesn't find the sideline. Milenkovic's serve, well dealt with. And Plummer with a big swing. Nobody able to stop her, just in the way that she wanted to attack that ball. That could be worrying for Chemik Police here. Well played, Igonu. Good up, Dejanado. A little bit of confusion, but it's well played out for Igonu. Picked out of the net very nicely. And again, Plummer, all 2 meters and 1 of her, able to deal with that ball without any problem at all. Gołosz with the serve. That's overpassed, but not put on the floor. Oh, it is now, though, with a massive monster block from Conegliano. That one went down with interest. Chicago can't get it to the floor, but then comes to the rescue along with Igonu to make sure that ball doesn't come back over. There wasn't a lot of room for Kowaleska to go behind. It didn't matter, though, because Valeska was nice and quick and got that ball away before the block could get that. Vasilevska to serve now. She's been with the team since 2018. Igonu, there are rumours that it could be her last season with Conegliano. Maybe she's going to Turkey to play for Vakif Bank. None of that's been confirmed just yet. Maybe Isabella Hack from Vakif Bank could be coming to Conegliano. Always plenty of gossip around teams and players during the course of the season, but that's all it ever is for the moment. Santarelli pretty pleased with the way things are going. His team up by 2. That's frustrating.
I tutaj trzeba przyjąć tylko tym nic więcej. Następny raz na wycie. To teraz sektor numer 2. Tutaj dzieciaki. Najmłodsi.
Early call and an easy lead.
I to jest sposób na Włoszki, słuchajcie. Tutaj sektor 4. Uśmiechnięci wszyscy. Maseczka. Oczy się śmieją. Wszyscy razem.
Lukaszik with the serve. Well left by Plummer. Chemik need to put pressure on from the serving line if they're going to really have any chance of getting break points from Conegliano. Good up, De Gennaro chases on. Chemik police have to come again. And they do, brilliantly. What a swing that was, cross-court from Milenkovic. Olympic Games bronze medalist from Tokyo. And a World Championship gold medalist from 2018. Also European Championship gold medalist from 2017 and 2019 with Serbia. Very talented, very good, solid player. Oh, comes up with a brilliant block on De Graaf. Gonu inside 10, and no doubt about the outcome of that one. I call it an inside 10 because you've got De Graaf going on the slide behind, takes Milenkovic, and then Gonu comes in, not on the pipe, but in the gap between the pipe and the 10, which opens up a huge space to hit the ball into. De Gennaro, unusually for her, not making the dig. A little bit of movement while the player was in the air, spiking from De Gennaro. It's so important that when you're defending, you're in a neutral position, you're not moving, you're not fighting to get to position, because you've got to play from wherever you are. If you're not in the right place, tough. Play from where you are. The touch. And again, scrambling from Chemik Police here. And it pays off. Rakotrevic with a bruising swing cross-court into the long diagonal. Well played again. So, just like that, things get level. Rakotrevic comes up with the point. Conegliano must not think for 1 second that this one is going to be an easy one. They're going to have to work hard for it. Milenkovic now with the serve. So we want to have a look at that one. Fossini looking on. She's not played just yet. Amori, Silla, great, wonderfully talented players. That may, oh, I don't know. I can't tell. I don't think that finger's moving. I think that's no touch. There is no touch. Plummer doesn't find the hands. Good swing though from her. That's what she's looking for, to go high hands. Wasn't looking for the court. Unlucky that she didn't find them. But for Chemik Police, they're delighted. Milenkovic will serve again. Oh yes, thumped! Puchkova putting dents in the floor. Wonderful swing. Wawash now with the serve. Oh, good out, De Gennaro. Still in play. And then that one is just played off the fingers by Gonu. Conegliano now move back in front. One thing that Conegliano aren't doing, they're not panicking, they're not over-revving, they're not worrying, they're just dealing with what's in front of them. Same too though, Chemik Police here. They're playing well. Not allowing Conegliano to get too far in front, but that is some swing. Some swing. Look at that. Gonu.
Szybko przy wąskim graniu, a jak nie, to przerzut. Uwaga, dalej zagryweczka na
Best lane and two player in 6-1 for that shot. Io ho detto solo quella, perché la palla è fuori dall'asta. Il colpo piazzato così è difficile che tu allora
Playing well at the moment is Łukasik. Włoch to serve. That's too easy. De Gennaro saw that one coming. And then Plummer just goes over the top. It's a big mismatch. Plummer against Kowalewska. And it's simple volleyball. 2 meters and 1 up against 1 meter and 79. Conegliano now up by 3, making the move that they need to make. Petrovic gets the side out point. That won't be too much of a worry for Conegliano. And a similar play to Conegliano running the inside 10. Coming onto court to serve is Alexander Lipska. New to the club this season. She came over from Macerata, playing in A2 in Italy. He doesn't make an impact with that serve. Placed 6th in 2017 with the under-20 Polish national team at the World Championships with Lipska. Plummer. Oh, ace serve, Plummer. Big space for her to go into as well. Milenkovic letting it go. You can see where Plummer's fixed on that 1 point, follows it all the way through, focuses on it. That's a really good serve. May well look to go to the same place again, Plummer. She does indeed, but this time Milenkovic deals with it. It's a breakpoint chance here for Conegliano. Oh, well kept in play. Right up until the moment, Plummer got to have a swing on the pipe. Pipes and Plumbers go well. Timeout called by Chemik Police.
środkową do zewnątrz, albo pusza do środka, ok, bo cię szukają dosyć daleko, albo próbujemy bloga. Uwaga, zagrywka między 5-6. Between 5-6. Znowu jeszcze raz, again, go!
Talking about the diagonale. Not too sure whether it's to take it away or leave it. So it's interesting the difference in the dynamic between the two teams. For Chemik Police, lots being said by the coach, players listening. For Conegliano, they didn't call the timeout. They're quite comfortable in doing what they're doing. No need to say anything. Too much energy in that one from Plummer. Caravello coming in, which is something that is a regular occurrence. She's come in to replace Plummer across the back row to pass and defend. It means there'll be no back row attacking for Plummer because she's on the bench. Kroczki was talking to his players about their tactics, making sure that their block and serving is doing what they said that they should be doing. That's well played. Look at that. What a way to create the gap. Vučkova holding the middle, and it's a one-on-one, which is not going to be missed by Gonu. Change is coming. Vučkova goes off. Gennari comes in. Expect to see Frosini come in at some point as well to serve for Conegliano. That's usually the way of it in terms of replacements when they're tactical like this. Touch, but nobody able to follow it up. Nice swing. Kashik will go back to serve. Plenty of support here for Chemik Police. But right now they're behind and they can't get break points. Conegliano are just 2 away from the opening set. Stenzel, the Libero, has been playing well, but the team overall just unable to handle what Conegliano have been throwing at them. That one though does not need to be handled. That's a little bit tight. Oh, that's brilliant from Courtney Lush, just being aggressive, going after the ball. Dejanaro couldn't get into it. That was interesting, wasn't it? When you look at that, Courtney thinking, I'm getting out for a swing. So she backed out of a spot where the ball ended up landing, instead of playing the ball that needed to be played and then backing out. Have a look at Courtney, great play. And then she's thinking, right, I'm going to get out here. She's moving out, still moving. Look where that ball's landed. Oh, I suppose maybe she could have got it. Maybe De Graaf could have got it. Ifs, buts and maybes. It didn't get got. And anyway, timeout called by Conegliano. Getting exciting.
Because they serve deep, because in this way you are in late for super. But if you work in this way, Lara take this ball. For sure I don't serve it one. One is taking the middle, one is taking the action in parallela. Okay? You can serve cancel out how you want or serve cross, eh? Come on, get it.
There's nothing wrong with that swing that Megan Courtney Lush had into those three blockers. She did really well. It was very tight. She was chasing it. But this is the moment. You've got, instead of Courtney staying in to help out, make you take a step and play it, you've got De Graaf going to a knee instead of moving forward. She was the first player to move effectively, so she should have gone after it. Right now it is a case of smile for the Chemik Police because they're getting back into this one. Mokolevsky with the serve. That was all that Courtney could do. Breakpoint chance here. Chance to get back to within 2, but not the best of sets. Although Igonu, with no run-up, doesn't get it off the hands. And then it's an error from Conegliano that gives the point to Chemik Police. Mokolevsky will serve again. Standing float serve. You don't see that very often anymore, but when you are 1.96 meters, you can stand and float serve because your hands above the height of the net, which is 2.24 meters for the ladies. Courtney Lush back to the serving line. It is set point Conegliano. A little bit of a stutter, but they are almost there. And they're going to have a swing for it. Plummer makes sure, and the set goes the way of Conegliano. 25-21, they lead 1-0. Well up from Courtney, hammered away by Plummer. "24 minutes for Conegliano to get the job done. Well, the teams are going to change ends. It's almost... I said that, like, they're changing ends. Well, we used to, didn't we? It was the problem. Then with COVID and other protocols, teams have been staying at the same end. and not changing. Having just come from the Club World Championships in Ankara, the teams didn't change ends at all. So that was then. This is now. Some in-between set entertainment for the fans. A chance for the teams to have a little recap on what happened in that last set. And there's a chat between the coaching staff, so we'll have a look at the stats from that set. And we can have a look at some of the highlights.
No i teraz klub kibica, bo mówię cały czas drużyna, ale przybiegł do mnie pani powiedział ucho, my jesteśmy klub kibica. A więc od dzisiaj...
You can experience all of the super matches of the week on Eurovolley.tv. You can get involved across social media, hashtag CLVolley. W for the women, M for the men.
Chciałbym, żeby na przykład ten sektor krzyknął i później druga strona...
Right now, Conegliano are in a really good place. They're one set up, 2 away from victory, which will keep them top of the pool.
Dobra, uwaga, na 3-4 głośno chemik, 3-4. Tu jest was mniej, ale macie większe jaja. Słuchajcie, naprawdę, będzie głośno następnym razem, wracamy do gry, a może wy zaczniecie. Wy zaczniecie, uwaga, na 3-4, ciśnijcie chemik, uwaga, 3-4.
No changes for either team ahead of this second set. It'll be Plummer to serve to get us underway in set 2. Conegliano leading by 1 set to nothing. Oh dear, well, that's well watched. Well, that's not so well played. There was a moment then when that ball was going to be going out to Courtney, but she slipped. Volosh saw that she'd slipped, but then had to make an adjustment to try and go to the pipe and didn't get her timing right for Plummer. And it all just went a little bit piton. Volosh is reaching over. She's played it on the side of Chemik Police. Mokolewska will take that point. First point on the board for Conegliano. Well played by Vučíková. We've got a carry call against Conegliano. Oh no, sorry, against Chemik Police. A wry smile from Milenkovic, who's not at all happy she's been called for that. Good up from Courtney, but she's out of the action, and Plummer works a 50 brilliantly. You have to be able to adapt, overcome, be available, and that's exactly what Plummer's done. She's got herself into a position. She knew there wasn't a pipe because Courtney's in the way, just shifted out wide and hits a 50 instead. And if you wonder what a 50 is, it's just position 5 where she's hit from, but in the back row. Like position 1 can be called a 10. And 6 not being called a 60 just gets called a pipe. I don't know why. You'll have to ask whoever came up with that first, if you know who it was. In America, it's referred to as the BIC, the backcourt quick. It's too easy, Vowash all over it. And then Igonu hammers it away. A little bit of confusion as Milenkovic thought that Stenzel was going to play that. Stenzel looked at it and thought, I can't get that. And then neither could Milenkovic. It's a good touch by Brakatrevich, but nobody paying attention. Milenkovic thought it was going to be somebody else. Vuchkova. Into transition once again. Good self-cover. Once the Kraft played it, Courtney couldn't quite get the desired touch she needed, so maybe Hemik will take the point. I mentioned some gossip earlier that potentially Igonu was going to be going to Vakif Bank and Hack coming to Conegliano. The things that's being discussed is the fact that now Nawrocki is not coaching Poland women anymore. That maybe Daniele Santorelli may go to Poland and coach the women's team. So if he is, he'll certainly be keeping a close eye and looking at the players on the other side of the net, which might also mean that Joanna Vowash might return to the national team. Working again, potentially with Daniel Santorelli. Certainly enjoying a time here at Conegliano. Oh, it's a good touch. That one is just pinballing around at the moment. Nobody wants it, but nobody can get it on the floor. It might be on the floor now, and it is, and it's a massive block for Hemik Police. Frustration that Igonu vocalised for us all to hear. There was just no line to go to. Lukashik with the serve. Oh yes, still in play. Feet are fine. Any part of the body will do. Pescinaro goes with the gator and the high hands, works. It's pretty scrappy volleyball at the moment, but Conegliano won't care too much. In fact, that should have been a free swing for De Graaf, it was, but the net getting in the way, and then Brakatrevich saying, oh, better have to kick that one. Nice up from Igonu. Well played, that's a good dig from Stenzel. Great dig, De Gennaro. Oh dear, Plummer again, not realising her own strength. Not easy to play, you want to try to get that ball from the middle of the court over to position 1. The angle can run away from you, as it did for Plummer. Mapaleska will serve. And then Igonu will do what she does best. Back in the game now with that swing. Takes a deep breath, resets herself, she's ready to go. Courtney Lush's serve. Going after Milenkovic, front court swing hitter. And she tries to avoid the block, which she did brilliantly, but didn't find the court. Well left by Milenkovic. That's such a good pass. Really good pick up, but it won't stay. But unfortunately, Milenkovic got her hips behind her. Couldn't push her hips under the ball and change the angle so it would go up in the air. Have a look at where Milenkovic is. You see how she gets, she's falling backwards. Doesn't push forwards, get her hips under. That's why the ball couldn't be played by anybody else. De Graaf now will serve. Milenkovic still the target. Oh dear. Łukasik not on tune with Stenzel. Sorry, with Kowalewska. So 4-point lead now. De Graaf to serve again. Great serve. I think so. Have a swing. No, I'll let the hitters do it, but that didn't really work out too well, did it? That set from De Graaf. And the opportunity not taken means that Chemik Police get their side out. Like the second time of asking. Really nice turn. Looking cross, just turns that into the block and out of play. Asher, as she's known, which for those that don't know is the short version of Joanna. Oh, brilliant. Hammered away by Wasilewska. Plummer goes back to the serving line. It's a big front row here for Conegliano with Igonu, Courtney Lash and Vuchkova. They're not able to stop that swing from Łukasik. He's 22 years of age, Łukasik. Gets the field goal off Igonu. Frustration. Those of you that have played and you have that, you know exactly what that feeling's like when that ball ricochets off your arm, so that goes out. That's some swing again. Courtney Lush. And strapping on her arm, she picked up during the Club World Championships in Ankara just a few days ago. Not sure quite how she did it, but strapping certainly helping her to deliver a really good swing cross court, which Kova will serve. Good up Plummer, but out of the attack. Well, that change in direction almost caught Łukasik a little bit by surprise, you felt. Ball somewhat behind her. And Conegliano able to get their block up and established. Now it's a timeout by Chemik Police.
Szanowni Państwo, mówiłem o tym Bajamongu. To jest bardzo proste.
Mamy swój rytm grania, okej? I to jest w porządku. Tam zablokują, nie ma też. Natomiast jak są kłopoty, przyjęcie na trzeci, czwarty mecz, uspokójmy tą piłkę, bo nie gramy z blokiem, dobra? I też jeżeli jest nawet przyspieszona, to też spróbujmy zagrać. Nie ścinamy wszystko, nie idziemy w boicho. Próbujemy szukać bloku. Natomiast najważniejsze w tej chwili jest pozwolić tą piłkę do Jowany czy do skrzydła, okej? No. Dawaj na
Nie wkrawcie Bajamongu. Bo tam jest Bajamongu, a wy już no nie, no są jakieś też przedświąteczne mętliki w głowie. Za chwilę wyjdzie. Ja się nie powiem. Gramy, przyjmujemy. Raz, dwa, trzy.
Vuchkova serve is dealt with. Koleska puts that one away. Conegliano, it's a test of their side-out ability here in this set now with a 4-point lead. And the ability not to let Chemik Police get back in front, get back into the set. Lukashi with the serve. There were thoughts that it might go long, but that look just tells you all you need to know. Yeah, it was out of the reach of everybody. Finds and tags the sideline from Igonu. That's where 1.99 m can be invaluable. Agnieszka Koleska puts that one down without any problem at all. No one's getting near that. Lovely, a positive set from Wołosz. For those of you wondering what I mean by that, the ball was continued on in the direction it came to Wołosz as she sent it behind her to De Kraus, so she's able to speed that ball up, and it's a positive set. If she'd have set it back out towards the position 4, she'd have had to contain the ball and then set it out the other way, so it's a negative set. There'd have been perhaps a little bit just taken off it where she has to change the direction of it. So the positive sets tend to be a little bit quicker than the negative sets. And that is a wonderful swing from Brakovic. Sometimes also known as breaking the lines, when you set the other way to where the ball comes. That last time out for Chemik Police, coach was talking about the big block that Conegliano have got, and the players having to be smart and trying to make that block their best friends, looking for the block outs, the wipe-offs where they can, instead of just hitting straight into it. Easier said than done sometimes. That's a good effort from Stenzel. De Kraus. Six-point lead. What does Nawrocki do, if anything? Not much he can do at the moment. You just get the feeling, don't you, watching Conegliano, given the talented players that they've got and the link that they've got between them and the fact they've all been playing with each other for quite some time now, that those situations where you get the free ball over, that ball should just go set it out to 4 for a swing on 2, or set the pipe for a swing on 2. I think that may come.
Jest tak, jak mamy rytm, to jest super, natomiast te wszystkie inne piłki musimy trochę uspokоić. Bo wtedy my chcemy za szybko zrobić punkt, dobra?
For those of you that are aspiring coaches and are thinking about what would you do in a position like this when your team is down against the better team, what kind of information you're giving your players, well, whatever it is, it should never be telling them what they're not doing right. You're wasting time. It's what do they need to do next, or reminding them of the game plan. And it's only 1, maybe 2 bits of information. The players won't be able to retain anything else because that's how our memories work. So it needs to be something concise within the time, and it needs to be pertinent to what you're doing. If you spend your time out just going, oh, you haven't done this, and what are you doing? Oh, and then we're getting the ball out, we're doing... Well, that's a brilliant use of a timeout, isn't it? And you have that kind of reaction from the players internally. At the moment, no, that's just frustration from Igonu that things aren't quite going right. Going okay for Vučkova. been with the team for since start this season. Come over from Ankara in Turkey as Butchkova. That's brilliant. Dejanaro says out. Lions official says in. Substitution for Chemik Police. Off goes Vasilevska. It's a serving substitution, as in comes Alexandra Lipska. She came in the first set but didn't get the ball in. And it's a similar story here. Slightly rushed that one, as that ball was a little bit in front of her as well, wasn't it? You looked at her shoulders to her hips, her shoulders were in front of her hips. And ideally you want to be pushing your hips forward, reaching up onto the ball, so that when you see contact, if you had to see that, you probably have shoulders and hips almost in a straight line, with the right shoulder above the left coming through on the ball. Substitutions for Conegliano. Silla's in. Into the front row. Caravello on to serve from the back row. Good up. Might be a first sweet chance here for Silla. It is. That's all she can do with it, but it was a smart play. Chemik have to come again. 3 attacking options. Silla once more. But that time, there's a really good block put up to stop her going cross court. That's a tough start for Silla, but you come in, suddenly find yourself having to get those 2 balls, particularly out of a system situation like that, set her all the way over towards you. You've got to do some work. It's a tough one to get past Kokolovska. That's well played by Dejanaro. She doesn't want to put extra stress on Silla. It was an easier ball to put that up in front of Silla, but decides, no, let's get it to Igonu. Igonu's in the game here, and Igonu able to deal with that out-of-system ball perfectly, and that just eases the pressure off Silla. Gennari coming in to serve. I don't think Gennari can believe she's just done that. Lukashik will serve. Chemik Police need some points. They need them quickly. Oh, that's lovely. You just know Volosh is going to go there. You know she's going to go to De Graaf, who's played that ball in and is in a perfect position. Unfortunately, Kokolovska didn't. Good up, Caravello. Great pick-up, Stenzel. And again. Oh, free ball. There's going to be trouble here, you feel. Oh, Stenzel, stop it. No, don't stop it. Keep doing it. It's brilliant. And that is a brilliantly worked point. And they'll go to Stenzel. There'll be a lot of plaudits for her. 3 great digs. A third one, the best of the lot. Deals with Igonu down the line. And then they're able to run the pipe. Lukashik gets the better of Igonu. Kokolovska to serve. Great ball from Caravello. And then Igonu back to her old self. I say old self, she's only 23, celebrated her 23rd birthday at the Women's World Club Championships on Saturday just gone. Arguably the best player in the world in that position. Plumbers back into the front row. Caravello. As Gone off, job done. And that's a nice job as well for the substitutes. Chinianska, who's come in. Set point now for Conegliano. I'll have to wait a moment. Trevich, will she go full-on jumper? Yes, she will. But it's a brilliant pass from Silla. However, breakpoint chance here again. Too much work for Łukasik to do. Plummer for the set. Off the block and away. It's 2-0 Conegliano. They are one set away from victory here in Poland against Chemik Police in this Pool E match. This is how it was done. Confirmation of the scores, 25-21, 25-19. There were moments there where the Chemik Police were giving as good as they got. They were holding on and being alongside Conegliano, but just let it slide and then couldn't get it back. Chemik Police going to do now? We'll have to wait and see. It's a must-win set coming up for them. And we'll have a look at the highlights from the set so far.
Trzeba w odpowiednim momencie uderzyć dłoń o dłoń. Posłuchajcie. Dobra, super. Fajnie, tylko jeszcze fajniej wygląda, jak podnieście ręce w górę i się kołyszycie. Okej? Podnieście ręce w górę, telewizja prosi, lecimy. Uwaga, wszystkie ręce.
Fans getting involved, being part of what's going on, and you can be part of what's going on as well on social media. Hashtag CLVolleyW. Have your say, see what's going on around the Champions League. Couple of matches happening today. Pool C, Dinamo Moscow taking on Navarra of Italy, and in Pool D, it's Bezes Volley of France taking on Fenerbahce from Istanbul, Turkey. Our focus on this game, a must-win set now for Chemik Police. As we get this third set underway, Kowaleska putting the ball into play. And it's out of play, off the block from Megan Courtney-Lush. A player who's playing brilliantly for her club and in the Italian league, and is the first player on the sheet for Conegliano. a player who has been used as a libero in the national team for the USA, didn't make it to the Olympic Games, played in the VNL, a player who is in the midst of some brilliant players in that national team and trying to fight her way to be a starting or even an outside hitter. And then you've got Michelle Barch-Hackley, Kelsey Robinson and Catherine Plummer, just to name three, as well as the governor, Jordan Larson. It's a tough task, a wealth of talent for Coach Kirai to choose from for the national team. It's incredible to think that the USA don't have a pro league, as that one rattles around off of De Graaf and Courtney Lush. I say the USA don't have a pro league. They just started Athletes Unlimited last season, which is a version of a pro league, but very different to what most leagues are based on, because it's based on individuals, not teams. And it's players, individual players, who can win. So it makes this a very interesting concept. It was very well received. And it looks like it'll be going ahead again in the season to come. Santarelli, you can never quite be sure whether he's having a laugh or not, but that looked a little bit more humorous than anything else. 3-1 up for Conegliano. Igonu with the serve. Well left by Milenkovic. It wasn't far off. Igonu knows it. One player I didn't mention for the USA national team, Kim Hill. She was playing for Conegliano but retired from club volleyball and is retired from the national team field. All these teams would be desperate to get her back and play again. She has a strong link with Conegliano. That's a wonderful swing to the line from Courtney Lush. Lukashik can't deal with that one. That's been a problem for Chemik Police. If you kind of boil it down to the very basics, passing hasn't been up to the level of Conegliano's, and that means if you can't get that ball in, you're going to struggle with options. It puts a lot of pressure, puts you out of system. And what I mean by that is, for those of you wondering, in system is all of your options. Out of system means one option, or at least not all of your options, put it that way. And when you don't have all of your options, the blocking side has a greater chance of working out where that ball's going and putting more than one blocker up against the hitter. And that's the battle most of the time. Can you get one-on-one or one-on-nobody? Can you overload or isolate blockers? And then you can see how this is a physical game of chess. Vlastimir Kovar having a little look at the screen to see exactly who did what here. Cracking music that from the 80s. Probably the best decade for music there ever was. See, even Igonu's dancing. Vlastimir just wants to hold on a little longer because he's enjoying it too. Now we have a decision. Looking for a block touch into the net, but it's the wrong side. And so there is no touch. Yes, brilliant. Great dance moves from Igonu. She's looking to move her team further away here from Chemik Police. Kicked in play again. That's twice now Chemik Police have used their feet. And then Volwash using her head to say, you're not going to jump with me, I'm front court. There you go, deal with this. (7-2), what a start. Timeout called by Chemik Police there with a spot of bother here. I don't speak Polish, but you've got to presume, haven't you, that it's about, right, good ball in. Let's work on this first pass so we can have our options, and then from there, let's put some service pressure on. It really has to be the basics. They have to build from the beginning, from the bottom up here now. Chemik Police. They've got to deal with this from Courtney Lush. Which they do. Rakočević hammers that one away, and we'll go back to the serving line. Oh, it's an ace serve from Rakočević. Plummer is trying to convince everyone it's out. She's not convincing Igonu though, I don't think. There's that look. Are you sure? Are you sure? Well, we'll see whether or not it was in or out. The line should set in. Vlasinikova back over to the Super Volley vision. And the way it works, for those of you wondering, any part of the ball tagging any part of the line is in. And what we have been able to see over the years from the challenge system with the number of frames are, the ball compresses down. And it's that compression that gets taken into account. And that compression is out! No, is it in? No way! Come on! You're kidding me! That didn't... Well, that's where, that's... Yes, Santarelli's the same. What? Really? But what we don't see, and what they see on the Super Volley vision, is there's 200 frames a second, so they will definitely have seen there's no gap between ball and line unless touching it. Whereas we get to see it at 60, 50 frames a second, and so it gets a little bit blocky. De Graaf gets the better of Stencil. Conegliano keep their lead. Serving lesson for De Graaf. Milenkovic now. Igonu in full flow. It's hard to stop. Milenkovic felt the full force of that one. Trying to force that one past Vučkova, and Igonu doesn't work, and now Igonu makes a good play, and Plummer will finish it off into the corner on the long diagonal. Just a couple of steps, doesn't need a massive run up. That doesn't really use an arm swing, Plummer. She's got the height, got the good fast switch muscles to get up out of off the floor. That's going to be tight. Well done, Vučkova, for not touching that one. But it is a point for Chemik Police. Lukashik doing exactly what she needed to, getting that past the block. Vučkova couldn't get back in to help out. Nice quick movement around Vołosz. You've got the middle coming in, Plummer around behind on a half ball. So much time pressure on the block. Really difficult to be able to help out. That's a case of isolating blockers by Vołosz. Oh, well read. Vučkova gets out. Courtney Lush lines up the block. Vučkova knows where she has to get to close the gap. She's waiting. It's perfectly lined up, actually, because you also had Courtney helping out on the middle because of the threat of Kogolevska. We've got a challenge for ball in out. Now, is it going to be as close as the last one? That's where animations, you don't get any arguments when it's an animation. I've seen some over time where it looks like it's a micromillimeter in, but it's tagged the line and it's in, and there's never an argument. But unless it's an animation, there's always that little bit of uncertainty. Oh, looking for net touches. Oh, yeah, there's a couple of there. Take your pick. Which over it was. Vučkova, who touched the net on the previous play, makes sure that she doesn't with this one, and the ball is hammered away. Too many touches, and you get the feeling that Chemik Police are just too many points behind here to get back into this one. Just that feeling of helplessness. Santha is like, oh, come on, someone make a dig. Why did nobody make a dig? Because Vučkova didn't see the touch off the block and had anticipated that coming straight at her. Milenkovic goes out, and in comes the youngster Martina Chernienska. Oh, so good. She was voted best setter at the Club World Championships just gone. And you can see why, when she's able to create the space and time off the ball coming in really quick. Just leans back a bit, takes the ball in time, then able to free up and give a free swing, pretty much, for Courtney Lush. The points keep coming. The lead is very comfortable right now for Conegliano. But they'll want to make sure that they don't get drawn into a battle here, get this wrapped up early, and get back home ready for maybe a couple of days off. But they will be playing on Boxing Day on the 26th of December. And both the men's and women's league in Italy are in action. Tradition in Italy. And I believe in quite a few leagues as well around Europe. Well played to Kraft. They're so well organised in transition. Everybody moving, everyone getting to position. It's a well-drilled team, but also a team that can think outside the box, a team that can come up with solutions when they need to. It is that ideal mix of being able to follow orders, but not be a maverick. But have that ability to think and be calm and come up with solutions under pressure. That's your ideal player, it's your ideal team. And as a coach, to have those kind of players where you can then express yourself in terms of how you want to play your volleyball tactically and what you want to do and how you want to impose yourself on another team. When you've got players around you that can do that, it must be just such a brilliant feeling, such a brilliant place to be. For a net touch. No, knees are coming up, coming around, and arms are doing what they need to be doing, but no one's touched the net. Igonu quick serve, but it's well passed. However, break point chance, tough one. What a great touch from Plummer, no carry. Although the coach not happy with that for the Chemik Police. And now there is a carry, which kind of makes up for the one that didn't get called against Igonu, who's just like, you're kidding me! You mean Plumbers, don't you? 4 touches ago, not mine. And Brakočević just going to be told by the coach, I do not want, by the referee, I do not want to see your coach telling me how to do my job. Thank you. Now, Wroczki it was who was complaining mid-rally. Agree to disagree. It's important that when you're in a situation like this, that you don't let your focus drift away from what needs to be done. It's so easy to start looking at the periphery, start blaming other things, looking to the ref, when you have to look to yourself, you have to look to your teammates, you have to get each other out of position, you have to do what you need to do. That's going to be a point for Wołosz. Reaching over. And those are the kind of points you just cannot give away at any level, at any time. Chinianska has touched that ball, and it's going to be a point for Conegliano. Timeout called by Chemik Police.
Walczymy o każdy mały punkcik w tym spotkaniu. Walczymy o zwycięstwo w tym secie. Wszystko jest możliwe.
Well played, Dejanaro. Another point goes the way of Conegliano here. 10 points difference. Not a question of if, but when they get this one done. Look at that, 4 players moving. And that's off the hands in a way. When you've got 4 players moving against 3 blockers, you're going to create an overload somewhere. You're going to be isolating elsewhere. It's so difficult for the blockers to know where the ball's going to go. And now Santarelli's like, come on, let's get this finished. Keep working, keep moving. Keep being brilliant. Połecz coming in. A little change for Chemik Police. Wasilewska goes off. Katarzyna Połecz is not going to get anywhere near the ball. It's overpassed. It's a free swing for De Graaf. It's now a case of Conegliano 3 away from getting this one done. Brakočević gets dug by Wołosz. Igonu was just a fraction late to react, to really drive into that. Otherwise, you'd have ended up probably bouncing that one around the 3-meter line. not happening. And that's a shame for Emic Police. Milinkovic getting cuffed to the face. Gennari coming in, looking to wrap things up here. Two points required. And that's one of them given. Kowaleska was at 3, and really, once you're at 3 too early before the pass comes in, if it goes behind you, those are the issues you're going to have. Although at this level, you'd expect that ball to go in. It's now match point for Conegliano. And the match point has been saved for the moment. Santarelli's not going to risk a challenge. No, let's just get side out and get out. Bojana Milinkovic will serve. Last chance saloon here for Emic Police. Ooh, still in play. Plummer gets dug by Milinkovic. But it's the block that comes good. Vuchkova and Vowash get the job done. Conegliano take the set, and they have wrapped this game up by 3 sets to nothing. And it is Antonio Carraro Imoco Conegliano who remain top of Pool E. A consummate performance from them. Never really looked to be in trouble. It was always going to be a tough game for Emic Police. Time to find out who the MVP is going to be of this one. Don't win the car, just a nice picture of it for Igonu. And of course, a bouquet of flowers. Congratulations, Paolo Igonu, most valuable player of the match. Congratulations to Conegliano for a 3-0 victory over Grupa Azoty Chemik Police. There were moments for Emic Police when you felt they might have got something done, but in the end, the strength in depth from the world-class lineup that Santarelli has at his disposal meant it was a comfortable stroll for Conegliano. And here's some of their best moments. Best moment being the fact they won the game. Not quite the picture that the fans wanted, but a chance for them to see the current Champions League gold medalists, the winners from last time out. Conegliano, confirmation of the score, 25-21, 25-19, 25-11. It's a win on the road for Conegliano, and they will now head back to Italy and prepare for their game in the domestic league to come on Boxing Day.
Jest jeszcze nagroda od Volley-ball dla najlepszej zawodniczki Chemika i jest to nasza
21 wins in a row for Conegliano now in the Champions League. 17 of them 3-0. There may have been frustrations during the game, but they're all wiped away when you win 3-0. Which said to her, how many prizes have you won now? That's nice. The players applauding the fans for turning up and supporting them. It wasn't quite the result that Chemik Police were looking for, but they knew they were always going to be up against a really tough team in Conegliano. And for Chemik Police, it's all about now maybe they can get a victory away and they can be one of the best runners-up. They could go through to the quarterfinals still. Their best ever finish was a 4th in their debut season in 2014-15. They finished 5th last time out. Got to hear from Igonu.
Paul Angono, MVP of the game. What is your feeling about this incredible game?
It's happy to win this game, especially for Christmas. We are happy we go back to Italy together, happy to celebrate Christmas.
Astonishing winning streak this season. It was incredible. And after the last game, the coach before the game said that you need to go back to the winning streak.
Yes, I think we need to go back to the winning, and also we need a break also to clear our mind from volleyball.
Thank you very much.
Well, they will have a few days. They can celebrate Christmas and then they'll be back at it again on Boxing Day. We hope you've enjoyed the volleyball. It's just about the end of our coverage. From myself, Clayton Lucas, and the entire production team. Thank you so much for your company. Have a lovely Christmas, and we'll catch you all again in the new year with more matches to come as this Champions League moves ever forward and gets to the culmination as we'll make the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and eventually the final to decide who will reign supreme this season.
Pani Joanno, 2021 rok, on powoli już się kończy. To był rok niesamowity, rok niesamowitych wyzwań i nie mówię to tylko o kwestiach związanych z COVID-em, ale również wyzwań, jeżeli chodzi o stronę sportową. Rekord Guinnessa na Pani koncie i całej drużyny. Czy można chcieć czegoś jeszcze więcej?
klubowych mistrzostw świata. Kilka dni temu przegrałyśmy w finale, dlatego pewnie to byłoby piękne zakończenie tego całego roku i tych wszystkich trofeów, które udało nam się wygrać. Natomiast nie można być zachłannym. Myślę, że to był całkiem niezły dla nas rok w zdrowiu i mam nadzieję, że taki sam będzie przyszły.
No właśnie, ten przyszły rok. Pani oczekiwania, Pani marzenia, Pani ambicje.
Mam nadzieję, że będzie przynajmniej taki jak ten, tak? Bo było sporo tych wygranych, sporo pucharów wzniosłyśmy w górę. Także mam nadzieję, że pod tym względem będzie podobnie, jak nie lepiej. No i przede wszystkim zdrowiu, bo żyjemy w takich czasach, że to zdrowie jest w tym momencie najważniejsze i mam nadzieję, że tak będzie.
Dziękuję bardzo.